someone please offer me an explanation as to how I've just been offered the job and then had the job taken off me within the space of 5 minutes. So I get this random phone call from like an 07 number and I'm like, oh God, here we go, prank call, whatever. And I answered it and I'm like, she's like, you applied for this job? And because I've applied for about 10,000 jobs in the past month, I couldn't even think of which one it was. So then she's like, you've applied for this job? And I was like, yeah, gave all my information over. Told her what days I had holidays. I'm going to Glastonbury at the end of June. I was like, yeah. She's like, that's absolutely fine, that's absolutely fine. I'm like, oh my God, I finally backed it. Phone's back, and 5 minutes later, unfortunately, oh shit. Unfortunately, the training started the 17th. Would you be willing to cancel Glastonbury? Is she taking the piss? I just don't understand why it's this difficult. I've applied for about 1,500 jobs in 2 weeks. Like, I just can't. Like, what the hell? What am I not doing right?
You know what I hate? What absolutely makes my blood boil is when you're applying for a job and in the job description, it's literally specifically says you do not need work experience. And then when you get rejected from it and they tell you the reason why, they're like, oh, we decided to go with someone with more work experience. You literally said that you weren't looking for that. Like, if you have a preference, just say that instead of wasting our time and being deceptive.
I've just seen so many people, like, in the same boat as me. So I'm 26. I've been jobless now for 6 months. Well, it'll be 6 months next month in April. And it's been a joke. Finding a job, it has never been this, like, it's never taken this long. And I got made redundant from my other job. So this is a joke. And I'm swapping careers. So my old job was a software engineer. Now when I get back into project management, and I feel like everybody and their granddad is also wanting to do that. So the job market's saturated. And yeah, it's so weird because I see so many people talking about it. And I'm in London and my savings are gone. Like, there's no more. I enjoyed this whole unemployment. Now I'm back in London trying to look for something and it's just not working.
I'm actually feeling it firsthand. So I've had 2 jobs pull out on me, and they are both small business owners, and they have both said they're having to make cutbacks, therefore they can't go ahead with the work anymore, which isn't good. That's not fucking good at all for me, because now I am going to have to in turn make cutbacks. We said it were coming. We fucking said it were coming. Now, I'm all right financially at the minute, but to have the rug pulled, it's the sign of the fucking times. Everybody knows it's happening, and it won't just be for me. You know, I'm just one small fucking fry and one grain of fucking sand. But there will be so many other people that are feeling the same fucking pinch that I am now.
So I just got the feedback from one of the jobs that I didn't get, and it was basically what I thought it was. They basically said that I was overexperienced and they thought I would get bored, so they were looking for someone that they could develop and grow with, essentially, as their business grows. And whilst I kind of hear it, I still don't really accept it. You're deciding or you're determining for me without asking the questions. That's kind of how I see it. You didn't ask the reason why I was willing to or wanted to take a job that was slightly lower than what I'd been at before. There was no kind of explanation around it. It was all assumption. And when you are a business or you're somebody that's interested in diversity and inclusion, ask the questions that you need to ask. Don't make assumptions. That's part of the problem. But anyway, we move. There's a new chapter waiting for me.
I don't really know what to say. I feel like this is a problem in the UK. Could be in the US, could be in other countries. I don't know, I won't speak for those countries. I will say in the UK. There is a big kind of thing where no one's really talking about how bad the job market is and how mentally exhausting it is being rejected for a job. People keep saying like, oh, don't take it personally. Are you for real? Be for real. How are you not meant to take it personally? At this point, you've got 1,000,001 unpaid tasks, 1,000,001 vibe check interviews. That's if they even acknowledge your existence.
Whenever I see the job application as a cover letter, I just think, allow it, man. You're doing too much now. You're doing too much. Because realistically, you're not even going to read the cover letter. You've already drafted up your unfortunately we haven't selected you email. You're sending me the rejection email before I've even applied for the job. I'll never forget, I got LinkedIn Premium for a week. Yeah? I was like, let me see what this is saying, because it tells you how many people have applied for the job. The job thing was up for an hour. It said already 1,000 applicants. And it was like, this 20% already have a master's. I think just allow it. What's the point in all this? I go to university for what? There's no jobs. And more time, I'm not gonna lie, I might have to just go to the nail shop, get my nails clipped, and then I'm gonna have to start selling feet pictures. I'm gonna have to start selling little toe pics because that might be the only way to make money in this economy. Child, I'm looking at Indeed right now, and it's looking like my university debt's not gonna be paid off because she got 27K. I'm not gonna be handing that anytime soon. I'm not laughing, I'm crying.
I think is quite bad is when job adverts for a part-time job say specifically you must, or we would prefer if you work these part-time hours across 5 working days. It's like a 20-hour week or 25-hour or 15-hour. You must do it over 5 days. I've seen it a few times. I've seen it recently. I'm just like, how can you? That's so. I find it really bad because not only are you expecting them to be available 5 days a week for obviously not full-time pay, you're also stopping them from working another job. Say if they want to pick up hours from another job or, you know, do a few hours over another job, whatever. That's like, obviously it's choice. I get it. Yep, you don't have to get the job, but it just really restricts people's ability, and it's quite controlling, isn't it? Really, like, okay, you may not be working for the whole day, but you still have to be available for that day, and also like they'll probably expect you still to be around and available the other hours that you're not working.
I've been unemployed for the last 6 months. I've been lucky and very blessed that the majority of this time I went traveling around Asia, but then I came back to the UK job market of 2025, and it's the wild, wild west out here. It's the wild, wild west. I remember when I first came back, I was reading articles about how people are struggling to get jobs. And I remember listening to this podcast and hearing it's taking people 5 months to get jobs. And I was just like, what on earth, until I entered it. I feel like the job market, the UK job market in general, I underestimated how hard it is. And honestly, this job market has broken me. I've been broken. I've been broken. Like the ghosting, the way that you can't get feedback on the rejections of the applications, the long application forms, the 5-step processes. Like, I just feel I was just shook.
Do you know what the most annoying part about being unemployed is? It's not having a job and not having money. It's spending so much time on the application and then not even getting an email after. Not getting an interview, not getting anything. You're expecting me to fill out all of these questions and all of my like education history and my previous job history, and then I get literally nothing in return. Like, it's so frustrating. It's so annoying. I'm spending like an hour filling out a job application to get absolutely nothing in return. It's so frustrating. Why can't you just read my CV? It's all on my CV. That's why I have a CV. It's just, oh my God.
I've been looking for a job for about one and a half years, and I've only had 2 people reply. It's so annoying because I hear all the time from older generations, young people are just too lazy to get a job. We're not too lazy, it's just we cannot get jobs. It's literally impossible for someone who has no experience, who's under 18, to get a job. Just like any job, because I saw someone who applied to be a cleaner and the people wanted 3 years of experience for cleaning. Why would you need 3 years of experience to clean? Obviously, you'd want good, they know what they're doing. But it's so hard to get a job as a young person. I'm kind of gonna give up soon because it's just impossible. Every single person I have applied to has turned me down.
How many applications have you done to find a job? 10? 20? 100?
I've applied to about 150 jobs over the last year, 2 years.
That's 25-year-old Ingo. He's a filmmaker and he's still looking for work 4 years after graduating from uni.
Well, it's definitely pretty depressing. Sometimes feel a bit like screaming into the void.
He's not alone. 20-year-old Libby's in the same boat.
Constantly trying to fight to get that job. Factory, care work, hospital work, anything just to get a job to support me and my son.
New figures suggest there are 923,000 young people aged between 16 and 24 who aren't in work, education or training. That number's actually dropped slightly from a peak of 987,000 3 months previously. But 5 years ago, fewer than 800,000 people were in that position. So why is this happening?
Often not having the right access to opportunities because there's no job out there for what you want to do, coupled with, suffering from mental health difficulties. It's almost like the perfect storm.
The government says the latest figures are a sign of progress, but adds that it's determined to stop young people being written off.